Have you ever wondered how credit scores work? It's a question that may seem daunting at first, but it's an essential piece of knowledge in our modern financial landscape. A credit score, simply put, is a numerical representation of your credit worthiness. It's like a financial report card that lenders, landlords, and even some employers check to determine if you're a safe bet. But it's not just about borrowing money. Your credit score can impact everything from the interest rates you're offered to your ability to rent an apartment or secure certain jobs. In a society that's increasingly cashless, understanding the ins and outs of credit scores can be a game changer. Remember, your credit score isn't an assessment of your personal worth. It's a tool used by financial institutions to assess risk. So the big question is, how do credit scores come into existence? Let's find out. Credit scores were not always around. In fact, they are a relatively recent innovation in the grand scheme of financial history. Picture this. It's the early 20th century. If you wanted to borrow money, there were no numerical scores to represent your credit worthiness. Instead, lenders had to manually sift through every detail of your financial background, a process that was as tedious as it was time-consuming. This task involved looking at your income, your existing debts, and your past repayment history. They'd have to consider your character and reputation, too. It was a subjective process fraught with potential bias and inaccuracies. Lending decisions were inconsistent, and it wasn't uncommon for worthy borrowers to be turned away unfairly. But in the mid-20th century, a seismic shift occurred. The Fair Isaac Corporation, better known as FICO, stepped onto the scene. Founded by engineer Bill Fair and mathematician Earl Isaac, FICO had a novel idea. What if there was a standardized, objective way to assess a person's creditworthiness? And so, in the mid-1950s, FICO began developing the first credit scoring system. This system aimed to simplify the lending process by assigning borrowers a single score based on various aspects of their financial history. The higher the score, the greater the borrower's creditworthiness. This was revolutionary. For the first time, lenders had a quick, objective way to assess applicants. This not only streamlined the lending process, but it also made it fairer. Now decisions were based on facts and figures, not personal opinions or biases. Over time, the FICO scoring system became the industry standard. Today, it's used by lenders across the globe to assess millions of credit applications every year. From your ability to rent an apartment to your chances of securing a mortgage, your credit score plays a vital role in many aspects of your financial life. So now that we know where credit scores originated from, how exactly are they calculated? To understand credit scores, we need to dive into the math behind them. So let's roll up our sleeves and explore the 5 key factors that influence your credit score. The first, and arguably the most crucial factor, is your payment history. This accounts for about 35% of your total credit score. It's simple, really. Creditors want to know if you've been diligent in paying your bills on time. Late payments, defaults, or bankruptcies, these can cause a significant dip in your score. So, maintaining a clean payment history is paramount. Next on our list, accounting for nearly 30%, is credit utilization. This is a fancy term that represents the ratio of your outstanding credit card balances to your credit card limits. The lower this ratio, the better it is for your credit score. So, if you're the type of person who maxes out your credit cards, you might want to rethink that strategy. The third factor, making up about 15%, is the length of your credit history. This takes into account how long your credit accounts have been active. A longer credit history tends to improve your score, as it provides more data about your borrowing behavior. So, even if you're not using a credit card, you might want to keep it open to extend your credit history. Moving on, we have the category of new credit, which contributes about 10% to your credit score. Every time you apply for new credit, a hard inquiry is made, which can slightly lower your score. Too many applications in a short span can give the impression of financial desperation, potentially leading to a lower score. So, it's a good idea to apply for new credit sparingly. The last piece of the puzzle is your credit mix, also contributing approximately 10%. This refers to the different types of credit you have, such as credit cards, mortgages, or auto loans. A diverse mix can be beneficial, as it shows you're able to manage different types of credit responsibly. And there you have it. These 5 factors: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix, all play a significant role in determining your credit score. But remember, these percentages are approximate and can vary among different credit scoring models. So what's the takeaway here? Well, your credit score isn't an arbitrary number. It's a reflection of your financial habits. Pay your bills on time, keep your credit utilization low, maintain a long credit history, apply for new credit sparingly, and cultivate a diverse credit mix. With these factors in mind, you can now see how your financial habits directly impact your credit score. What makes a good credit score and what makes a bad one? Dive into the world of credit scores and you'll find a spectrum that ranges from 300 at the low end all the way up to a pristine 850. This numerical value is more than just a number. It's a reflection of your financial trustworthiness, a score that lenders, landlords, and sometimes even employers use to gauge your creditworthiness. Let's break it down. Credit scores below 600 are generally considered bad. This signals to lenders that you may be a risky borrower. You might still be able to get credit, but it'll likely come with higher interest rates and less favorable terms. Scores in the range of 600 to 699 are typically viewed as fair. You're in the middle of the pack. You're not a high-risk borrower, but you're not a low-risk one either. You'll likely receive credit, but not at the most attractive terms. Now, if your score falls between 700 and 749, congratulations, you're in the good zone. This suggests to lenders that you're a reliable borrower, which could result in better interest rates and more favorable terms. And if you've hit the 750 to 850 range, you're in the excellent club. This is the credit score sweet spot, where you'll enjoy the best interest rates, the most favorable terms, and the widest range of credit options. Having a bad credit score can make things like buying a car, getting a mortgage, or even landing certain jobs more difficult and expensive. Conversely, a good credit score can open up opportunities and save you money in the long run through lower interest rates and better terms. So how can you shift from bad to good or even excellent? It's all about financial responsibility, paying your bills on time, keeping your credit utilization low, and maintaining a good mix of credit. Knowing the difference between a good and bad credit score can help you aim for a better financial future. So, how can you improve your credit score? First and foremost, it's all about timely payments. Think about it like a relationship. You want to show lenders that you're reliable, that you'll be there when it counts. Just like in a relationship, consistency is key. Pay your bills on time, every time. This doesn't just apply to credit card bills, but to all of your financial obligations, such as loans and utility bills. Even one late payment can negatively impact your score, so set reminders or automate payments to ensure you never miss a due date. Next, let's talk about reducing credit utilization. This is simply the ratio of your outstanding balances to your credit limits. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Just because you can eat everything doesn't mean you should. Similarly, just because you have a certain credit limit doesn't mean you should max it out. A lower credit utilization rate can positively affect your credit score. As a rule of thumb, aim to keep your utilization below 30%. Now, you might think closing old credit cards that you no longer use would be a good idea, but hold on. Remember, credit history length plays a role in your score. An older credit account shows lenders a longer history of credit management, which can be beneficial for your score. So keep those old credit cards open, but be sure to use them responsibly. Lastly, diversify your credit mix. This means having a variety of credit types, such as credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, finance company accounts, and mortgage loans. It's like a well-balanced diet. You wouldn't want to eat only one type of food, right? The same goes for credit. Having a diverse credit portfolio shows lenders that you can handle different types of credit, which can boost your score. However, this doesn't mean you should open multiple new accounts all at once. That could actually harm your score. Instead, gradually add different types of credit as your financial needs and goals evolve. Improving your credit score isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It requires patience, discipline, and time. It's not about quick fixes, but about developing good financial habits that you can maintain over the long term. And remember, everyone's credit history is unique, so what works for one person may not work for another. But by following these steps, making timely payments, reducing credit utilization, not closing old credit cards, and diversifying your credit mix, you're setting yourself up for success. By following these steps, you can enhance your credit score and open up new financial opportunities. Credit scores may seem complicated at first, but once you break it down, it's pretty simple. We've journeyed together through the fascinating world of credit scores, demystifying this crucial aspect of financial health. From the birth of credit scores, we learned that these three-digit numbers didn't just appear out of nowhere. They are the result of years of financial data analysis, designed to help lenders assess risk and make informed decisions. We then delved into the intricate process of how credit scores are calculated. Factors such as payment history, credit utilization rate, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix all play a significant role in determining your score. It's like a financial report card, grading you on how well you manage your credit. Understanding the difference between a good and a bad credit score is crucial. We discovered that a good credit score can open doors to low-interest loans and credit cards, while a bad score can limit your options drastically. It's not just about getting credit, it's about getting good credit. And of course, we shared some valuable tips on how to improve your credit score. Timely payments, keeping your credit utilization low, and being patient with your credit history can go a long way. It's not an overnight process, but with consistent effort, you will see improvement. Understanding and maintaining a good credit score is like having a key to unlock your financial opportunities. It's a vital part of your financial well-being, and we hope this video has provided you with the knowledge and confidence to take control of your credit score. Now that you are equipped with the knowledge of credit scores, you can take control of your financial future. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more financial insights. Remember, knowledge is power.